Now that we've created our campaign, let's set up some tweets so that we can actually respond to a campaign with auto responses. First, click on the campaign and then click Triggers and Replies. Triggers are trigger tweets. Trigger tweets are tweets that belong to your account that can either be promoted or organic that you can use to trigger actions on. I'm going to pull in one that I've got from earlier. Click New Trigger and then paste in the trigger tweet URL. We'll validate to make sure it's a valid tweet. Click Submit. You'll see here we've pulled in the tweet and we've got a live embed view of the tweet. You can also see that the tweet comes in as disabled. This means that Iris will ignore all actions on this tweet until it's enabled. We'll enable the tweet after we set up an auto response. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to set up a like campaign. I'd like to send a response to all users that like this tweet. I'm going to go and pull out a copy that I created earlier to send to a user. It has thanks and includes a website card. Let's create our first auto reply. I'm going to choose my trigger, which is the tweet above. I'm going to trigger it on the like action, and I'm going to paste in my tweet as a media source tweet. Iris will then load the tweet, validate it, and extract the copy and Twitter card. You're also given a live preview below, so you can see a preview of what your users will receive when they interact with your trigger tweet. You'll notice here, we've got thanks, you're all set for the competition, it's going to be great. Twitter's opt-out guidelines require that you have an opt-out mechanic on all of your campaigns. For Iris users, the hashtag stop mechanic to opt out. So we need to inform users of that campaign to make sure that we adhere to Twitter's automation guidelines. If you don't adhere to Twitter's automation guidelines, your account could be suspended or permanently banned. So what we'll do is we'll include reply with hashtag stop to opt out. I'll look at the preview. That all looks good. At recipient, thanks, you're all set for the competition, it's going to be great. Reply with hashtag stop to opt out and the card that I'll be embedding. At recipient is substituted for the user's handle at the time that it's created. So the user will receive a personalized tweet. I'm going to save this auto reply now. So we can see here that I've now created an auto reply. When a user likes this tweet, they'll receive this response. But you can notice here, the trigger tweet is disabled. Let's go to the trigger tweet and enable it. I'm going to go here and enable this trigger tweet now. This means now that all like events that come in on this tweet will receive this auto response of thanks, you're all set for the competition, it's going to be great. Reply with hashtag stop to opt out. But there's one component that we still need to finish before we can set our campaign live. And by set our campaign live, I mean promote our target tweets on Twitter. I'm going to edit the opt-out reply. The opt-out reply is the copy that a user receives when they tweet at us with hashtag stop. You're required by Twitter's automation guidelines to have an opt-out reply. As you can see here, I can load in a media source tweet, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say, sorry to see you go. When the user tweets hashtag stop, they'll receive at the particular recipient, sorry to see you go. Now that I've submitted, you'll see that I have my triggers and replies configured. I have a trigger tweet that I've embedded and an auto reply. But I'd like to actually add another response to this trigger tweet. I like this copy that I've got, thanks, you're all set for the competition, but I'd like users to potentially receive another response. If you create multiple responses to an individual trigger tweet, Iris will select one at random. Now, I'm not going to include a card in this example. I'm just going to include some copy. I'm just going to say, thanks. We're so thankful that you have signed up. We will be in touch. And again, reply hashtag stop to opt out. Now we can see here, we'll have the live preview. Thanks, we're so thankful that you have signed up. We will be in touch. Reply hashtag stop to opt out. I'm going to save this. So we can now see I've got a trigger tweet with two trigger actions on like. The user will randomly receive either thanks, we're so thankful that you've signed up, or thanks, you're all set for the competition, it's going to be great. I'm now ready to push my campaign live.